Why, from Stanley B, he said, looking surprised. He just told you? No, Judd said. It isn't the kind of place you just tell somebody about. I buried my dog Spot up there when I was 10. He was chasing a rabbit, and he ran onto some rusty barbed wire. The wound's infected, and it killed him. There was something wrong about that, something that didn't fit with something Lewis had been previously told. But he was too tired to puzzle out the discontinuity. Judd said no more. Only looked at him from his inscrutable old man's eyes. Good night, Judd, Lewis said. Good night. The old man crossed the road carrying his pick and shovel. Thanks, Lewis called impulsively. Judd didn't turn. He only raised one hand to indicate he had heard. And in the house, suddenly the telephone began to ring. Lewis ran, wincing at the aches that flared in his upper thighs and lower back, but by the time he had gotten into the warm kitchen, the phone had already rung 6 or 7 times. It stopped ringing just as he put his hand on it. He picked it up anyway and said hello, but there was only the open hum. That was Rachel, he thought. I'll call her back. But suddenly it seemed like too much work to dial the number, to dance clumsily with her mother, or worse, her checkbook-brandishing father, to be passed on to Rachel. And then to Ellie. Ellie would still be up, of course. It was an hour earlier in Chicago. Ellie would ask him how church was doing. Great, he's fine. Got hit by an Orinco truck. Somehow I'm absolutely positive it was an Orinco truck. Anything else would lack dramatic unity, if you know what I mean. You don't? Well, never mind. The truck killed him, but didn't mark him up hardly at all. Judd and I planted him up in the old Micmac burying ground. Sort of an annex to the pet cemetery, if you know what I mean. Amazing.
What up? Why? They shutting the drive-thru down? Why? Why are they shutting the drive-thru down? Well, I got a kid. I can't go in there, so you can shut it down after me. I don't know why they put it there. They saw me right here. So they can clean? What's up for? I mean, hell, it's right there. I'm not getting out with a 3-year-old, and I already promised them hash browns. I mean, I'm going in, so might want to just, huh? Might want to move it. Yeah. Well, you can tell I'm not taking my order then, so I would move it, bro. I mean, I'm not. I'm serious, dude. I was right here when they put the damn thing on there. They can't close it. You're not working at Whataburger. You want me to call? You want me to call? I'm gonna tell. You work for Whataburger?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Ted.
What's your name?
Ted.
Ted. Yeah, I will be calling. I know Luke. I know Zach. I will be calling.
Talk to her right now. And
Yeah.
tell her what I said, so she'll tell you that it's closed, so you can go inside. How about I just go get her and tell her to come take you?
That'd be great, but it's just stupid. Just move it over. Ain't no one behind me. We'll call him up here too. Yo, we about to tell you dumb asses what the fuck they're doing.
Why are the cars holding on the window? Why are you doing that?
Because they won't be dumb. So look at that, it's right there, it's open. That's
Sorry, bro.
the dumbest fucking thing I ever seen in my life.
Just give it a minute. You ain't getting.
I'm gonna be calling it too, don't worry. that's him right there. Might want to come in. Hey, yeah, they put the cone up when I was about by that rock right in front of my car. They put the cone up when I was by that rock right in front of my car. I got a 3-year-old in the car with no shoes. I can't go inside.
What you want to order?
I'm just gonna get a sausage cheese biscuit with a hash brown, 2 hash browns.
Sausage cheese. Okay, park up here. I'm gonna take your order outside, and I'm gonna take your money. I understand.
Look.
But.
Oh, I mean, I get y'all cleaning and stuff, but there's no one out here to tell them to stop at that truck.
Yeah. Pull up there.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna come out, and I'm gonna take your order, okay?
Oh,
What you just want, a sausage biscuit with cheese?
I just want a sausage cheese biscuit combo, hold the egg.
What flavor drink?
Dr. Pepper. And 2 Dr. Pepper. And 2 hash browns.
2 hash browns?
Yeah, here. Take change out of the 20.
No, how do you
Okay,
get
sausage
8
cheese
of
biscuit
them?
meal combo. What flavor drink?
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper and 2 hash browns.
2 hash browns.
Got you.
Gotcha.
The 8.
Back up and pull over there. and
Yeah,
bring that.
I'll pull up I'll pull somewhere over there.
Not 2 of them.
How many do you want?
I want an 8.
That's 8. 2 is 8.
In the bright white fluorescent bathroom light, when the discrepancy suddenly showed up in his mind, and his eyes widened. It was as if 2 pieces of something which should have fitted together perfectly had instead thudded against one another and rebounded. Tonight, Judd had told him that his dog had died when he was 10, had died of infection after being scraped up in a snarl of rusty barbed wire. But on the late summer day, when all of them had walked to the pet cemetery together, Judd said that his dog had died of old age and was buried there. He'd even pointed out the marker, although the years had worn the inscription away. Louis flushed the toilet, turned out the light, and went back to bed. Something else was wrong as well, and in a moment, he had it. Judd had been born with the century.
There you go.
Oh, you about to drink out
At
that?
the pet cemetery,
Huh?
he had told
You're gonna
Louis
make 2
that
trips, I guess.
Right, you'll be right out, okay?
All
Alright.
War. That would have been when Judd was 14, if he had meant when the war actually started in Europe. When he was 17, if he had meant when America entered the war. But tonight he said that Spot had died when he, Judd, was 10. Well, he's an old man, and old men get confused in their memories, he thought uneasily. He said himself that he's noticed signs of increasing forgetfulness, groping for names and addresses that used to come to him easily, sometimes getting up in the morning and having no memory of the chores he'd planned to do just the night before. For a man of his age, he's getting off pretty goddamned light. Senility is probably too strong a word for it in Judd's case. Forgetfulness is actually better, more accurate. Nothing too surprising about a man forgetting when a dog died some 70 years ago. or the circumstances in which it died, for that matter. Forget it, Louis. But he wasn't able to fall asleep again right away. For a long while he lay awake, too conscious of the empty house and the wind that whined around the eaves outside it. At some point he slept without even being aware that he had gone over the edge. It must have been so, because as he slipped away, it seemed to him that he heard bare feet slowly climbing the stairs, and that he thought, "Let me alone, Pascal, let me alone. What's done is done, and what's dead is dead." And the steps faded away. And although a great many other inexplicable things happened as that year darkened, Louis was never bothered by the specter of Victor Pascal again, either waking or dreaming. 23. He awoke at 9 the next morning. Bright sunshine streamed in the bedroom's east windows. The telephone was ringing. Louis reached up and sneered it. "Hello?" "Hi," Rachel said. "Did I wake you up?" "Hope so." "You woke me up, you bitch," he said, smiling. "Ooh, such nasty language. You bad old bear," she said. "I tried to call you last night. Were you over at Judd's?" He hesitated for only the tiniest fraction of a moment. "Yes," he said. "Had a few beers. Irma was up at some sort of Thanksgiving supper. I thought about giving you a ring, but, you know." They chatted a while. Rachel updated him on her family, something he could have done without, although he took a small, mean satisfaction in the news that her father's bald spot seemed to be expanding at a faster rate. "You want to talk to Gage?" Rachel asked. Louis grinned. "Yeah, I guess so," he said. "Don't let him hang up the phone like he did the other time." Much rattling at the other end. Dimly he heard Rachel cajoling the kid to say, "Hi, Daddy." At last, Gage said, "Hi, Daddy." "Hi, Gage," Louis said cheerfully. "How you doing? How's your life? Did you pull over your grandpa's pipe rack again? I certainly hope so. Maybe this time you can trash his stamp collection as well." Gage babbled on happily for 30 seconds or so, interspersing his gobbles and grunts with a few recognizable words from his growing vocabulary. Mommy, Ellie, Granda, Grandma, car, pronounced in the best Yankee tradition as car. Louis was amused to note. Truck and shit. At last, Rachel pried the phone away from him, to Gage's wail of indignation, and Louis's measured relief. He loved his son and missed him like mad, but holding a conversation with a not-quite 2-year-old was a little bit like trying to play cribbage with a lunatic. The cards kept going everywhere, and sometimes you found yourself pegging backwards. "Well, how's everything there?" Rachel asked. "Okay," Louis said, with no hesitation at all this time. But he was aware he had crossed a line. Back when Rachel had asked him if he had gone over to Judd's last night, and he told her he had. In his mind, he suddenly heard Judd Crandall saying, "The soil of a man's heart is stone near, Louis. A man grows what he can, and he tends it." Well, a little dull, if you want to know the God's honest. "Miss you. You actually mean to tell me you're not enjoying your vacation from this sideshow?" "Oh, I like the quiet," he admitted. "Sure, but it gets strange after the first 24 hours or so." "Can I talk to Daddy?" It was Ellie in the background. "Louis, Ellie's here." "Okay, put her on." He talked to Ellie for almost 5 minutes. She prattled on about the doll Grandma had gotten her, about the trip she and Granda had taken to the stockyards. "Boy, do they stink, Daddy," Ellie said, and Louis thought, "Your Granda's no rose either, sweetie." About how she had helped make bread, and about how Gage had gotten away from Rachel while she was changing him. Gage had run down the hallway and pooped right in the doorway leading into Granda's
Thank you.
study.
Have a great night.
Attaboy, Gage, Louis thought, a big grin spreading over his face. He actually thought he was going to get away, at least for this morning, and was getting ready to ask Ellie for her mother again, so he could say goodbye to her when Ellie asked, "How's church, Daddy? Does he miss me?" The grin faded from Louis's mouth, but he answered readily, and with a perfect note of offhanded casualness, "He's fine, I guess. I gave him the leftover beef stew last night and then put him out. Haven't seen him this morning, but I just woke up." "Oh boy, you would have made a great murderer, cool as a cucumber. Dr. Creed, when did you last see the deceased?" "He came in for supper. Had a plate of beef stew, in fact. I haven't seen him since then." "Well, give him a kiss for me." "Yuck, kiss your own cat," Louis said, and Ellie giggled. You want to talk to Mommy again, Daddy? Sure, put her on. Then it was over. He talked to Rachel for another couple of minutes. The subject of church was not touched upon. He and his wife exchanged love-yous, and Louis hung up. That's that, he said to the empty, sunny room, and maybe the worst thing about it was that he didn't feel bad. Didn't feel guilty at all.